Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Angoya and I make personal finance and personal development videos. I'm so excited to be back on this platform. It's been a couple months since I uploaded a video. Life has just been really lifing, so excited, and what a time to be back. We are literally 7 weeks to the end of the year. That's why today's video is some of the things that you should be doing or you should make sure to do before the end of the year. The first thing that you should do before the end of the year is to reflect on what 2022 has been. Sit down, write down all the 11 months that have passed, and write down what is one beautiful thing that happened. What is one thing that was life-changing? What was one thing that brought me the most happiness, the most sadness? And do that for all the months, and then sit down and look at the list that you've come up with. When I did this, I was like, whoa, so much has happened in this year. So many things have brought me so much happiness, and there are a lot of other things that have just made me so sad. But in general, in as much as sometimes you might feel like some years have been, really sad, because we have the tendency to remember the bad things, there are a lot of great things that are happening in between, and there's so much that's happening, so much growth that's happening in between. And unless you write those things down, you may never be able to catch these things. So it's important to go ahead and do that. You don't have to wait until December when everybody will be doing it. Do it in November, and then let December be that 1 month where you just sit and reflect and wait for the new year. The second thing is to evaluate your savings. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, we're living in a very high inflationary period. We've seen layoffs everywhere, especially in November, and in technology, which only means that the future is not looking bright. We don't know what's going to happen in the next couple months, but just from the stock market, from all the layoffs we're seeing, there are indicators that the future is looking a little bleak. And for that reason, your emergency fund has to be a priority in this point in time. I know there's Christmas shopping to do, and there's end of year parties and spending and hoping next year will be a better year, but I don't think that this is going to be another normal Christmas where you should splurge and spend so much money on things to celebrate. I think this is a Christmas that you're supposed to be like, hey, I don't know what's gonna happen next year. I gotta save money, I gotta fund my emergency fund. And if you have your money in a traditional savings account, please try and get a high yield savings account, especially from an online bank. They will give you a higher rate than a traditional bank. That's one thing you have to do, you absolutely have to do before the end of the year. You guys know that I talk about personal development on this channel, and career development is part of personal development. So the third thing that you should do before the year ends is to set your career goals and intentions for 2023, and then start having these conversations with the relevant parties so that they know your intentions, so that they know your goals, so that you are given things that will help propel you to that next level. If you want to get promoted, if you want to change roles, if you want to try something else, if you want to be on a certain project, I feel like this is the best time to have those conversations, because this is when a lot of people are doing all these evaluations and all the administrative work and planning for 2023. There is no better time to plan for your career than Q4 of any year. So if you want to be at the next level in Q4 of 2023, you have to plan for it in Q4 of 2022, so that everything that you do next year, every project that you're on next year, when you're being evaluated on, you're being evaluated for the next role. And you have these conversations all year round, and by the end of the year, if you are going to get what you want, or if you probably need to keep working, keep doing the same thing, or you need to change and move to go somewhere else. So for you to have your intentions met, for you to achieve your career goals, I think you have to set those goals. You have to make those intentions and those goals known to people that, you know, will make it happen for you, and then you have to work. So for you to move to the next level, you have to plan, and it's better to plan a year ahead so that you give yourself time to actually get there, to actually see if that's what you want, to, you know, make these intentions known and things like that. So that's something that I would do before the year comes to an end. So most of us do set goals, like we set goals in January and we start working on them January, February, March, and then we forget about them, and then in November, December we're like, you know what, I didn't achieve all these things, we will try again next year. I think this is the best time to review those goals and look at them and see what you achieved, what you didn't achieve, figure out why those things were not achieved, and if there are any goals that you think you still have time to achieve before the end of the year, make sure you work towards achieving. Don't give up on them. Like, don't give up on the goals because you're like, okay, the year has come to an end, so I'm just gonna slow down. I think reviewing your goals in November gives you an opportunity to actually end the year on a very productive note, where you work so hard, you push so hard to achieve some of these things that you had on your goals at the beginning of the year, and then you close out the year knowing that you did the best you could with the year and you got the best you could get out of the year. So that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have any other things or suggestions on things that you think people should do before the end of the year, please put those things in the comment section below, and see you in another video. Bye.